The reaction to the lowering of income thresholds for the next stimulus check, a brand new update on the passage of the stimulus bill, as well as new calls for automatic stimulus payments. Welcome back everyone to your stimulus check and stimulus package update for today, and in this video we have a few things to cover. Number one, we have the aftermath, the reaction to the lowering of the income parameters for the next stimulus check that President Biden approves of. We have a reaction from a top congressional member. We also have an update on the timeline of when the Senate will debate and pass the stimulus bill, as well as a new call, this new push from Congress members to actually get automatic stimulus payments as opposed to having to wait every single time for Congress to debate on the next stimulus check and finally pass it, but rather send out these automatic stimulus payments. So definitely some things to cover in this video. So let's get started right away. But before we can get into stimulus, let's talk about you guys actually stimulating that like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and smash the like button. Just will send a message to the YouTube gods, the YouTube algorithms. That way it does support me and my channel. And if you haven't already, we actually got on board couple dozen new subscribers just in the last few hours, so thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. If you haven't yet, make sure you are subscribed. Click that big red button. Also click the notification bell as well. That will actually notify you when I do post a brand new video. You'll be first in line to see the video before anyone else gets to it, so be sure that you are subscribed and notifications are turned on. And let's dive right in. So yes, let's start with this piece of news. We have Representative AOC, or Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and boy, did she answer to her fellow colleagues that pushed their party to actually limit the income thresholds for the $1,400 stimulus check under the Biden bill. She harshly criticize her colleagues and condemn them. So according to previous reports, and we had covered this in the earlier update, President Biden has now endorsed the proposal for a quicker phase out of the third $1,400 stimulus check, so that way it would prevent higher income earning Americans from receiving it. So in response, Representative AOC assailed the decision and had tweeted out, quote, "Conservative Dems have fought so the Biden admin sends fewer and less generous relief checks than the Trump admin did. It's a move that makes little to no political or economic sense and targets an element of relief that is most tangibly felt by everyday people, an own goal." A few other progressive Democrats had also voiced frustration over the stimulus check negotiation. For example, we had Representative Pramila Jayapal, chair of the House Progressive Caucus, and she had said she wasn't pleased with the smaller individual checks. Representative Mark Pocan called the compromise deal, quote, "Senate silliness." And Jayapal had said on Wednesday, quote, "I don't like that this is being narrowed. I feel like the survival checks are the easiest, simplest, most populist proposal." But at the same time, many Senate Democrats view the move as a necessary compromise, especially when you have more moderate Democrats in the Senate. For example, you had Michael Bennet, senator of Colorado, told reporters on Wednesday, quote, "I think it's an appropriate way of bringing this to a successful conclusion." And just to show you how drastic this move was, according to this preliminary analysis from the Institute of Taxation and Economic Policy, they actually found and indicate that 16 million fewer Americans do not qualify for a third check under the new design of the plan compared to the House version of the bill that had already previously passed. And as we covered in my most recent update, again, the plan is now saying that individuals who earn up to $75,000 a year and couples earning $150,000 annually, they will still receive the full cash payment of $1,400 and $2,800 respectively for couples. But now under the newest iteration, the proposal will allow the stimulus checks to phase out much faster. Now, because of the new revision, individuals who earn over $80,000 will not receive any money or stimulus checks whatsoever, and couples earning over $160,000 will also not receive any stimulus payments. We had done a brief poll in my last video. I'm curious what you think. Do you agree with the new phase out? Do you think that only the lower income earning Americans should receive the stimulus checks, or should we also open them up and unlock them for people earning six figures a year? What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. And now we have this new idea. It's coming from a group of Democratic senators. They sent a letter to President Joe Biden just the other day, and it would bolster the bank accounts of Americans struggling because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it would absolutely provide direct relief to Americans. The effort is led by Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, and he calls for recurring stimulus checks and automatic unemployment coverage that would be tied to the economic conditions. And he had said, quote, This crisis is far from over, and families deserve certainty that they can put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads, the letter had read. Quote, families should not be at the mercy of constantly shifting legislative timelines and ad hoc solutions. The letter went on to say, quote, not only do these payments help keep families out of poverty, but they act as economic stimulus by increasing spending and supporting jobs. When the CARES Act relief checks ran out, poverty rose and many families saw spiraling debt. Automatic staplers will give families certainty that more relief is coming, allowing them to make the best decisions about how to spend their relief payments as they receive them. It has garnered quite a bit of support, as the letter has been signed by Senators Sherrod Brown, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Alex Padilla, Cory Booker, Michael Bennet, Ed Markey, Kirsten Gillibrand, and Tammy Baldwin. So you don't just have one or two people backing this idea. This is a large portion of the entire Senate Democrats. And there's no other specifications or framework behind this idea. They didn't say a certain amount or for how long or what period of time and when did they start. It was just simply an idea, simply a proposal that they wanted to throw out there. And we also have a critical update surrounding the actual timeline of when the Senate plans to debate and pass this stimulus bill. If you recall in my last update, and if you didn't see it yet, the link will be down below in the description, we had previously reported that the Senate could expect to actually start debating on this bill as early as Wednesday. But according to a senior Democratic aide speaking on the condition of anonymity, the Senate's consideration of President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill has now been pushed back a day, and it will not start today, and the day's already over, so there was no consideration or acknowledgement of this bill. The Senate had been previously set to take a procedural vote on Wednesday to begin debate on the legislation, but the Senate was still waiting for the nonpartisan CBO, or the Congressional Budget Office, and the Congressional Joint Committee on Taxation to estimate the total cost of the Senate version of the bill, the aide had said. Under the special rules used to pass this bill, of course they are going through the budget reconciliation process, the total cost must come in under the $1.9 trillion authorized in previous legislation. But the version of the bill passed by the House went billions of dollars over, so the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer would have to introduce a Senate version of the bill, bringing it in line. And not only is that a threat, but we also have a brand new delay on top of that. Senator Ron Johnson is now threatening to force a reading of the entire bill, and that could delay the process even further. Senators normally forego the reading out loud of the entire bill, but Johnson said he would lodge an objection and force the nearly 700-page bill to be read out loud, a process he said could take over 10 hours alone. So even though Democrats are in control of both chambers, both the House and the Senate, and obviously the White House, you still have major obstruction and delays from Republican congressmen. The Senate is still set to remain in session on Thursday, even though the House canceled its remaining votes and was set to send lawmakers home Wednesday night amid a heightened security threat to the Capitol. Again, just like earlier in the year, the United States Capitol Police said Wednesday that they were aware of a, quote, possible plot to breach the Capitol by an identified militia group, and a notice sent to all congressional offices said the agency was bolstering its security presence. So that's also another bit of obstruction right there from the American people. The reading aloud of the bill alone will take 10 hours, and that's precious time that the Senate could have used to negotiate and discuss this bill, but no, we have to have a readout of the entire several hundred-page legislation. More political tricks and games from Republicans, not surprised here whatsoever, but it's just shocking how far they will go and the length that they will take. Ideally, the narrowing of the income parameters will now allow for a smoother process and an easier passage, and hopefully the Senate could come to a compromise because of the recent changes. The Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is still confident that he will have all the votes necessary and does envision a passage of this bill by the end of this week. So hopefully that does play out and we see that happen. Now, any amendments and changes that the Senate makes to their version of the bill would then have to be passed back over to the House of Representatives, and then they would have to agree with those changes. So that could take a day or two for that process to occur, but ultimately the bill should be passed within the next several days. And then from there, as far as the distribution of stimulus checks will start going out roughly a week after the passage of the bill, and we can start seeing those payments go into the accounts of Americans. We have come this far. We are patiently awaiting the arrival of the third stimulus check, and you're not going to miss a beat. All updates can be found right here on this channel. This is, in fact, your one-stop shop for everything in regards to stimulus. If you did enjoy this video, you got value out of it, go ahead and show your support by smashing that like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Share it with a friend or two if you'd like. And if you'd like to see more videos from my channel, make sure that you are subscribed. Click that big red button. Also click the notification bell as well. That will notify you when I do post a brand new video. And I'd like to get some free stocks all on me, all free. Use my links down below in the description when you sign with Robinhood and or Webull. You'll actually get some free stocks all on me, and you can get even more stocks by referring other people. So unlimited free stocks, free cash. You don't have to wait for the government or Congress to negotiate. Free cash all on me because you support this channel, and I greatly appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one.